Good evening. Our big story at 6. The federal government dangles over the so-called fiscal cliff.
There's a deadline, first of the year, but the president is ready to talk now that he's been reelected. Congress doesn't come back till Tuesday, and again, you only have until December 31st to work out a deal or face huge spending and job cuts and big tax increases. Scott Thuman is looking into how the fiscal cliff is working for us. He's live in the newsroom with the latest. Scott.
Well, Gordon, Maureen, let's first remember that all of this really is coming together as a sort of financial perfect storm because Congress keeps putting off these really tough decisions that they're unable to agree on. Entitlement reform, a new tax code, where to slow our spending. So we're seeing some of the consequences, unfortunately, right now.
If you've noticed the nervousness on the market floor, and it's hard not to, realize that a good chunk of that stems from right here. So what exactly is this fiscal cliff? That's where all of these measures meet at the end of the year. Expiring Bush-era tax cuts, $110 billion slashed from the Pentagon and domestic programs, the end of long-term unemployment benefits, as well as a 2% cut in payroll taxes. All at once, it could be devastating. How do we avoid that?
It's a little chilly around here.
Things have to thaw on Capitol Hill. A bipartisan strategy sounds simple enough.
For us to find a way to work together.
Compromise is not a dirty word.
And the pressure to get a deal done, especially on a lame duck Congress, will be intense. But the dividing line is whether to give tax cuts to households making up to $250,000 a year or all Americans. So if you thought campaigns ended with the election, think again.
We should figure a way to get together and make it happen.
And you can't do it bickering and being angry at one another.
FixTheDebt.org is a push by some of the country's top number crunchers, collecting donations and signatures to lobby Congress for a debt deal, one that might prevent tax hikes, bond rating drops, and possibly a recession.
And on top of all of that, just today, the CBO said it could push unemployment back up to 9.1% by the end of next year. The so-called Gang of 8 senators, as a result, has already started working on this casually. They don't reconvene till Tuesday. The ultimate hope here, a long-term solution, not just a Band-Aid till the new Congress takes over. Maureen.
All right.